Hello programmers, Spidy is back with one another video. In previous video we have seen about how we can deploy our machine learning model API into the AWS EC2. Now from today I am just going to start AWS Sagemaker series. If you don't know what is Sagemaker, Sagemaker is a machine learning ready-made environment from AWS. So I am going to start AWS Sagemaker series. In that I will upload lots of tutorials regarding Sagemaker, batch processing, inbuilt algorithm versus custom script. So just subscribe our Machine Learning Hub YouTube channel. We just recently completed 10,000 subscribers. So just want to say thanks to all of my subscribers. So without wasting time, let's get started. So today's my topic would be we are going to create a one machine learning model that will be we are going to create with scikit-learn, but that model we are going to deploy into the Sagemaker environment as a endpoint. Endpoint in the sense you can consider as a one kind of API, but Sagemaker endpoint is a more than normal or general API. It's have the lots of functionalities and capability that can handle thousand, not even thousand, it can handle more than crore, 2 crore, 10 crore, millions of the requests it can handle. So we are going to do that. So without wasting time, let's get started. So just log in into your console. Now you need to go to the AWS Sagemaker service. So you can search here for Sagemaker. Now before choosing Sagemaker or either clicking on Sagemaker, you need to choose your region. So as of now I'm working with AP South 1. You can consider Asia specific Mumbai. If you want to choose any other region you can choose, but according to my location India, this Mumbai region is fine for me. Okay, now you need to create a domain first. So as of now I created my domain, so I don't want to create my domain again, but I'm showing you how you can create a domain. So you just need to click on this button, create domain. You will get to this option, quick setup, standard setup. In quick setup you need to click because we don't want to have as of now canvas and other service integration. So just give name whatever you want. So as of now I given the test. Now you need to have execution role for your Sagemaker domain. Okay, so you just need to click on this create no new role button. You need to choose any S3 bucket here and create role, that's all, and then submit button you need to click. So after 10 to 15 minutes, it is just first time process, it will take around 10 to 15 minutes to create a domain. Okay, now your domain is created. Now you need to, in left panel you need to go into the studio. So after creating a successful domain, you will get this default user. So we need to click on this open studio button. Now this will redirect you to the Sagemaker environment. So in Sagemaker I would say there are lots of things and lots of learnings are that we are going to cover. Okay, so Sagemaker is a very good thing to learn. So if you have the Sagemaker as a skill, so then you can grab lots of machine learning jobs as of now, because now machine learning in the cloud is most important. Machine learning obviously like most of the people now knows about machine learning, but in local machine or local server machine learning doesn't make any sense. We should have some cloud environment. Okay, so Sagemaker Studio is a cloud environment. Here you can create your own machine learning model. Sagemaker has lots of functionality and capabilities that even you didn't expected or you didn't even know. So all these things we are going to see, but before this is my home you can consider. So just take me this tab as a left, so this will be my main tab. Okay, so now when you are going to launch a Sagemaker, so this is your home screen. Now this is the by default configuration. As of now you don't need to change anything because we are going to start an instance. So instance in the sense that will provide you some memory. Now in terms of instance, in behind there is a EC2 instances are running, but that you can't see. That's how backend works. So as of now, for cost incurrence, see this, if I'm going to perform this tutorial, this will me get some amount of a cost. Okay, so if I'm going to record this tutorial, this will charge me for this processing and all. So obviously this is the cost you need to spend here. Okay, but this cost will be not that like not many dollars, it will be amount of small amount of US dollar. Okay, but if you are going to choose more than this T3 family, see instances are having the lots of family like T3, T4 family, C5, M5. So you can read all this instance family from Sagemaker documentation, but as of now this default T3 medium is fine. Okay, now what you need to do here is from your left panel you can see this folder icon. So this is your local Sagemaker storage. So in this storage behind EFS are working elastic file storage, that is actually new, you can consider storage service of AWS. So here you need to upload your notebooks and all. Okay, now I have chosen some data which is regarding mobile price classification. So in this tutorial I am not going to deep dive into the machine learning. My motive would be simple, that I need to create a machine learning model and that model endpoints need to deploy in Sagemaker. So this is my simple data set that I have taken from the Kaggle. It's mobile data set, means mobile price classification. I know it's little bit weird to have mobile price classification, but it's that our target column is defined in some categories, like one category for this price to this price and second category for this price to this price range. Okay, somehow data set is not uploaded. Okay, so that data set you can upload, just drag and drop you need to do, and then you can import the notebook as well here. Okay, so you can see now notebook and dataset both are uploaded. So this notebook and dataset link you will get from my GitHub. Now this notebook is for you can consider a scikit-learn script. So let me explain the flow. All the flow I have explained into the notebook, but I am going to explain here. So when you are going to open the notebook, it will automatically, you can see it will automatically start the notebook kernel. Notebook kernel in the sense, if you can check here, after some time there will be one instance will be here, and that instance will be T3 medium. So that instance is actually charging us, but if you have created your account recently, so that will be into the free tier for some of hours you can consider. So that will be free for you, but my account is more than 1 year older, so might be I will get some charges regarding it, but as of now if you are new account you will not get the charges. So we are waiting for that instance turn on. It is a one-time procedure, it will take a time to just start the instance. Okay, so now I am just going to see. So what we are going to perform is mobile price classification using scikit-learn custom script. So custom script in the sense, what we will do, we will perform like whatever machine learning task like data cleaning, data processing, then the training, testing, validation. But now we are not going to perform a scikit-learn algorithm training into our local environment. We will perform this training into the Sagemaker container, but we are going to create a training script. So we are going to use scikit-learn custom script, and that we are giving to Sagemaker, and we are telling Sagemaker, please Sagemaker, now you do a training and create an endpoint for us. So that's how my flow would be. Okay, so these all are the important steps that I have mentioned. I think this instance will take a time to start, so just I'm going to pause the video for few seconds. Okay, so now you can see, as I said, in left panel you can see this now instance is activated, and now here you can see it's 2 virtual CPU, 4 GB of memory. So you can choose your CPU. If you have some higher deep learning tasks, you can choose more number of CPU. You can see these many of instances are available for you. Okay, so that's why Sagemaker is very good for your machine learning environment. That's why I always suggest. Okay, so let's leave all this talk. Now we need to divide the workload here, because now we are not in local. So a few things that we need to understand. So first step, what would be, we need to initialize the Boto3. If you don't know what is Boto3, Boto3 is a SDK, software development kit. It is kind of a Python library that will allow you to integrate your Python code, means communicate your Python code with AWS services. So now our first step would be initialize the Boto3 and create S3 bucket. So all these codes are written here. So as normal we need to have NumPy. Now from Sagemaker we'll get the execution role first. What is this execution role? In Sagemaker, if we need to perform any task, we should have execution role. That's a rule of security of AWS. So we will get the execution role here from here. Now as of now we are using scikit-learn, then model processing, train, test, split, label encoders, standard scalar, one hot encoder. So these all are the like important library, and now we are going to import the Boto3. Now we need to have the Sagemaker client. As I said, we need to communicate with Sagemaker. So what we need to write, Boto3.client. Inside we need to mention a name of service, either it could be Lambda or S3. So here we are mentioning Sagemaker. Now after mentioning here, we need to have the Sagemaker session should be activated. So that's why we imported Sagemaker. Now we need to have the region information. As of now, in AP South 1 we are working, so even we can mention region name statically, but that's not an obvious good thing. So we just writing this will return the current region name. Now bucket, this is most important step. Now you need to create a one bucket. So how you can do, go to S3 and you need to create a one bucket. So I already created one bucket, I'm not going to do it again, but I'm just showing you. Just pick a unique name for your bucket, choose a region. So that region should be similar like this one region that you previously choose. Other setting you don't need to do anything, just create it, that's all. Now copy the creator bucket name and paste here. Okay, so now our first step is done. So we have initialized Boto3 Sagemaker and all. So now our most important step is done. Now what is second step? Upload the data in Sagemaker local storage. So this is called Sagemaker local storage. So already data we have uploaded, so we can consider second step is also done. Now we have the CSV, we can access the CSV. Now third step is starting data exploration and understanding. So as of now I'm not going to deep dive into the data set. My motive would be just create a machine learning model as simple. So I'm just reading the CSV. This all step it's very similar that you are going to perform in local. Okay, so I'm not going to just I hope that you guys have the knowledge of basic machine learning tasks like checking the missing values, or if encoding or label encoding or one-hot encoding is needed, so that we need to perform. So as of now I will define my features, and this is my label column, which is a price range. Okay, I mistake actually here, I done it 2 times. Okay, now price range is a right column for your target. Now I need to define into the x and y, x dot head, y. Now most important task here, we need to split our data into the train and test. Okay, why? Because we need to upload the data into the S3, because in Sagemaker container we should have both the file, which is train and test. So what we are going to do, that train and test data that we splitted, and now we are going to convert that data into the full-time CSV, like full CSV file, and now we are storing that CSV here. So now I just created that CSV. So around like after 5 seconds you will get that created CSV here. Now what is important step, now we need to upload this data into the S3 bucket, because that S3 that Sagemaker training container will take the data from S3, not here, okay. So now we need to upload this data into the S3 bucket. So session.upload data, name of file, bucket name, prefix is this, so Sagemaker container, and like that. If I'm going to run this, so it will automatically upload the data. So if you want to check, just go into your bucket, so you will get this prefix here. So you can see mobile price classification inside a container, you will get these 2 CSV that we uploaded. If you are going to see the time, it's 13:14, you can consider. Okay, so now we need to check the train and test path. So this is nothing, this is called S3 URI of your data. Okay, so this is the S3 URI that is important for training. Now this is very important step from here it's starting. Now as a Sagemaker training, it's important to have some entry point. Now entry point in the sense you should have some training script. Now training script, what does even that mean? So training script does not contain any other thing rather than a machine learning training. Okay, so I'm just going to showcase the training script. So in training script we should have the all necessary import. So we are write file, so we are going to use the write file command that will write a Python script .py. So if I'm going to run this, it will create a one Python script that will be our training script. So now we need to import all the necessary importance. Okay, so and in this machine learning model I'm going to use a random forest classifier. Okay, now ignore all this commented part that I will explain later to you. Now this is the main part, you should have this. Now see, Sagemaker is working into the, you can consider as a container. So in container we need to pass the data using argument parser. So you need to pass this environment variable here, and from that environment variable Sagemaker will pick the data. So this is the thing that you don't need to change, you just need to change a few part of your script like model directory, train, test, train file, test file. So you need to give this default file name of your into here, this script in default value. Okay, so after that you can follow your routine procedure, like read the CSV. So that's how you can read the CSV. Mention the feature and label if you want to perform any matrices or testing of your model, that you can perform. But here there is a one important thing, you need to save your model, means you need to dump your model. Dump your model in the sense you should have the model.joblib file, so that you can dump here. Okay, so where, like on which location you need to dump, so you can consider on model path. Let me search for you. So this is the model path, and this can take a args.model_directory. so this is the value that we already given here. So by default your model will be stored into the /opt/ml into that, I think in ML into the code, I didn't remember the exact name, but that's how this SageMaker container is working. So that you don't need to worry, you just need to pass this environment variable and that's all. So automatically SageMaker will take care of it. So you don't need to care for any other task, but you please don't forget to save this model as a dump, otherwise your endpoint will be not deployed, it will show some error. Okay, so our task is done. Now my script is completed. I'm just going to write this script. So in this script what I have done, just make some like split the data into x and y, define our random forest model, then I just check few accuracy of model. Now before giving this script to a SageMaker container, I should check if this script is running into my local notebook or not. So this is how you can run your Python script in your Jupyter environment. So I can see my script is running and 0.88% is accuracy. So I came to know that my model is working fine. I'm happy with it. But now this is not entirely enough. See, like in your mind one question will be there, okay, my model is created, then why I'm going to do this training with the SageMaker container. So that question answer I will give you later. Now we need to give this script to our SageMaker scikit-learn container. So in SageMaker you need to import from sagemaker.sklearn.estimator import sklearn. So that will import a sklearn container. Now here you need to mention a few script, few parameters. So first is the script.py that we have created. Now as I said, you need to have some execution role, so that we already imported. Instance count would be 1, instance type would be ml m5 large. So this is by default, you can choose, there are lots of available, but this is the smallest, even middle size instance you can consider, that will incur the cost. Okay, so I'm just going to this base job name, so it should be custom sklearn. Now hyperparameter. So if you are going to see my training script, in training script I am taking two hyperparameters, which is an estimator and random state. So that I am already passing here as well. You can see here I already passed. So the same parameter here I can pass, but it should be in dictionary. So you can see I have that given parameter name. Now to save the cost, we are going to use the spot instance. Now if you don't know what is a spot instance, it is just kind of a rented instance, but it should be on a bidding. If I'm paying the high price for your instance, so that instance manager will take instance from you and give it to me. So that's how spot instances work. But with spot instance you can save 92% of the cost at maximum. So now for this tutorial I don't want to incur a large cost, so that's why I'm using spot instance. So spot instance you can't run your workload, that should not be interrupted, but this is our small task, it is interruptible. So if you can find it, you can use it. But after defining your spot instance, you need to define this second, so maximum wait time and maximum running time of your algorithm. So as of now this is small data, I can know this much of time is enough, but I have given the maximum. Now this is most important part, scikit-learn estimated.fit. So it is just like how in sklearn we are doing, like model.fit and then training and testing data. But now here instead of training and testing data, we are passing the S3 URI of train path and test path. Okay, so that's how we can do. So let me run this script, and after running this script the training will start. You can see it started the training job. So it will take a time, because in behind it will start the EC2 instance, create a container. So this will take around 2 to 3 minutes of time, so you need to wait. Okay, so I'm just going to pause this video for a while. So after around 3 to 4 minutes, my training is completed. So after end, you will get this success message like training job completed, and this port instance managed to get around 67% of saving you can consider. Now my training second is 88, but Sagemaker will take a bill for 29 seconds only. Okay, so let's leave billing for a while. Now we are going to see the important of our logs. So you can see it is downloading the data from S3, so that's how we can see the logs. So it's preparing the instance. So as I said, it's in background EC2 are running. Now it's downloading the training image is just like scikit-learn container. So inside container all this thing will run. So if I'm going to see our actual programming log, so you can see this is the training shape, testing shape, and fitting the random forest algorithm and similar accuracy that we got here. Okay, so now my Sagemaker training is done. Now what I need to do, I need to store model artifacts into the S3 bucket. So if you have this term, if you have heard this terminology first time, what is model artifacts? Artifacts in the sense your save model that you can consider your dump file or h5 file or your pickle file. In Sagemaker we call it as a model artifacts, and it will store as a gz format, model.tar.gz, and that will be stored into the S3 bucket. So with this script you can store into the S3, so that you can see on this bucket. So let me say this bucket, we are going to see that bucket. Into that bucket my that model artifacts will be stored. Okay, so what is the path? Custom scikit-learn. Okay, so here is the path in output. So you can see on 150 my model.tar.gz file means my model artifacts are stored here. Now most excited part of this tutorial, we need to create an endpoint, means API. And in Sagemaker, that's why I was telling ki in Sagemaker everything is very easy. After the training a model, you need to enter, like write a few line of code, like your first of all, before creating an endpoint we need to create our model. So in your mind one question will be there ki we already created model. See, we have performed only training here, but that training needs to be converted into the model. So you can see from Sagemaker sklearn.model, import sklearn model. So now we are going to not register, but we are going to save this training as a model. So after running this, I need to go into the Sagemaker console. Actually I am in S3, so let me show you. So in your left panel you will get a model option there. So you need to go into the inference, we need to go into the models. Okay, so as of now it's not updated yet. Okay, so that I will show you after creating the endpoint, because sometimes it takes time to update. Now after this procedure we need to create an endpoint. So after this model you need to write model.deploy. So deploy in the sense it will create an endpoint. So this will be my endpoint name. If I'm going to see on now endpoint, so you can see this is the endpoint that is in creating procedure. So that will take around 1 or 2 minutes of time to create the endpoint. And now you can see now model is also visible. So this is the model that I have created. If I'm going to click on this model, so this will see all important information. So this will see the model location of my output file. Then it will show the some environment variable, like what is the name of script, source directory of script. See, this training script, this script.py will also automatically store into some S3 bucket, and that will be source dir.tar.gz file. So that's how Sagemaker is working. Okay, now if you want to see your training job, so from training you can go into the training jobs. So you can see this is our custom scikit-learn training job. So if you are going to click on this, you will get all other information like algorithm information. So this all information that I already provided during the parameter time, what was our instance type, what is data source of, so this is our data source. So there are lots of things are available that you can check it out. And this is your model artifacts link where your model output is stored. So that's why I'm telling you SageMaker has a lots of things to with your machine learning model. It's not like just create a ML model. So there are lots of things you need to, it means you can create. Even this endpoint is also scalable. This endpoint can handle millions of traffic. Even you can do lots of things with endpoint. And one of the most important thing is it's in a AWS bucket. So AWS is a security, AWS responsible for security of cloud. So you don't need to worry for security, but you need to obviously take care of your security in essential step that you need to perform. Okay, so now we are waiting for to endpoint to be created. So it hardly take 2 to 3 minutes. So just wait for a while. So now I can see my endpoint is ready. So after running shell, it will show something like this. So my endpoint is created. If I'm going to once again into the endpoint section, so it will show in service. So this green bar always makes me happy. So this is my endpoint. So this endpoint you are going to click, so it will show lots of information regarding your invocation metrics or something like that, so that you can watch here. Even you can change the runtime setting, you can change the like default configuration of it. You can enable the data capturing, means your traffic data will be stored into the S3. So in production environment it will show what is the model that is attached to endpoint. So if I'm going to click on it, it will redirect me to the model that is registered. It will show the training job information, what is my instance type, which is MLM for X large that I have chosen. So now my endpoint is available for a production. Okay, now most important, how to invoke endpoint. So let's check with example. Now I need to check my endpoint is working or not. How I can do? So I am getting a like around 2 rows from the test data frame and converting into the list. Now the data I am passing to my endpoint. So you can see predictor dot predict. So dot predict is a method. So it will ask endpoint to, like, this is data, now make a prediction on it. So you can see I got a prediction, and that's how my endpoint is working. So if you want to see this, you need to open that endpoint first. So I'm going to show you second amazing thing for it. So even you can see the logs of it. So logs in the sense you can see all the important logs into the cloud was something related to your endpoint. So you need to click on all traffic. So you can see it's showing that prediction part, like how my decision tree is created, like done 24 tasks, done 100 tasks. So that's how my prediction is, like my endpoint is working. Okay, so you can just check this log here. Second thing, how you can call endpoint from your application. So for that you need to have the Boto3, and Boto3 SDK is available for all the languages like Java, Python, means any other thing you can use the Boto3 SDK. Okay, so as of now I'm going to check this endpoint on my Postman. So if I'm going to click on endpoint, I will get the API link here. So this is my API of your endpoint for invocation. I'm just going to copy this on Postman. Request should be post. Copy this URL, and in body I have mentioned the similar data like this one. This copy I just full copied it and pasted here in body in row. But as I said, SageMaker endpoint is very secure thing, so you need to have the authorization. So you need to click on authorization, click on AWS signature, you need to mention your access key, secret key, your region, which is AP South 1, your service name Sagemaker. Now in headers you need to mention content type is equal to application JSON. Okay, so now one important thing that I forget to show you, that is this. In training script you should have the inference function. See, these inference function are very important, and this inference function name should not be changed. It should be something like this, like model fn, predict fn, and input underscore fn. So this name should not be changed, but in my example I don't require to have predict fn. So predict fn is used to change the prediction. If you want to change your type or you want to add more layer into your prediction, then you can change this function, otherwise it will take the by default. But this model function, what this doing, this is loading our joblib model. So if you are mistakenly you are forget to writing this function, then your endpoint will be not deployed. It will show the error, because with this function your endpoint, means your model, will be loaded. Okay, so this input function, so if currently by default my application is have the application JSON of type, content type, but if you want to make sure, like if you want to change it to text CSV or some other, you need to change this input function, then you can do it. So as of now, this is inference function, that is most important thing in Sagemaker training script that you need to remember. Okay, so now I can do a make call here from here, but now in case of JSON, if I am mentioning here text CSV, then it will show me some error. See, I got error because as of now I have not given input function. So my application is only designed to handle application JSON, means my endpoint. So from Postman you can make a call. Just you need to mention your authorization signature, your region name, service name. In body you need to pass the data and see how you can test your API endpoint. So in next tutorial I will show you how to call this Sagemaker same API, same endpoint, how to call from your Python code from your application. Okay, so that I will show you in next tutorial. So as of now this is done from my side. If you have any question, you can ask me into the comment section, and like this video, share with your friends, and for more Sagemaker tutorials just subscribe to the Machine Learning Hub. So guys, thank you for the listening me. See you into the next one. Bye. And remember, don't forget to delete this endpoint, otherwise it will take me the, like it will take you the as well good amount of cost. So just run this line, so your endpoint will be disappear from here. So you can see now there is no endpoint because we have deleted. Okay, so guys, see you in the next one. Until that, keep learning and don't forget to subscribe Machine Learning Hub YouTube channel.